Forgiving others is way easier than forgiving yourself because, if other people hurt us once, we hurt ourselves over and over again in memory. You don't just remember what you did, you relive it, you replay it, you narrate it with commentary. And that makes self forgiveness really hard. It makes it feel fake, like you're letting yourself off the hook for something that you know was wrong. You know, the reason it's hard to forgive yourself is because you know everything you've done, everything you were thinking, your intentions, your hesitations, the moment you potentially could have chosen a different path and did not. And when someone else messes up, we can say they didn't know better, they were doing the best, they were overwhelmed, they're all these other excuses for why they did what they did to us. Like, we can make our own reasons for why they did things to us, but we know why we did things. There's no distance, there's no mystery, there's no benefit of doubt that we can give ourselves. There's just a courtroom in our mind where we are the the witness, um, the person on trial, the judge, the jury, um, and the judge might hate you. And I think we cling to guilt because it feels useful. I punished myself long enough. Maybe I'll never do it again. Maybe suffering is growth. So we keep the wound open and we pick at it. And we tell ourselves we deserve to feel bad. But all this guilt isn't going to undo anything. It just gives us the illusion that we're still in the process of fixing it, or in the process of growing enough to where we can forgive ourselves. How do you forgive something that you think you are? Forgiveness kind of feels like lying to yourself. And it doesn't mean pretending it doesn't matter. It means you stop demanding that the past you pay forever for something the present you has already learned. A lesson that present you have already learned. Growth is evidence, change is evidence, but shame is not. So, self-forgiveness, it isn't just one decision, it's a practice. It's choosing again and again to treat yourself like someone you're responsible for caring for. Treat yourself like somebody else who's done something to you. It's not someone you're allowed to punish indefinitely. That's not healthy. And I don't think you don't end up forgiving yourself because you're perfect. You forgive yourself because you're human. And because the version of you that's trying now shouldn't be sentenced for what a worse equipped version of you did previously. And that's maturity. That's not like a weakness or easy way out. It takes a lot of thought and a lot of reflection to forgive yourself. But at the end of the day, it is what a lot of people need to get better. I thought today, everyone have a great night. Enjoy the rest of your day, or whatever time you're seeing this at.